Or Mirana. Mirana does go hard right click these days. So, man, I love these loading screens. It's just a real dream. And then we get blessed with an older one. No, this is a new one. Never mind. They're just not doing anything. Good job, Liquid. The thing I like about Liquid's drafting in general is even though you kind of know what players are playing what, you don't necessarily know what lanes. Like Koikfa probably will go mid on Mirana, but we've seen them switch things up just because a lot of these players have just so much experience. Kind of with these flex picks to a degree. So, I mean, did we talk about the PL Shadow Demon combo, Cinderin? That's going to be kind of dirty. Just getting extra illusions. This is a super value Shadow Demon game, though. Sometimes you gotta give something up to get what you want, Cinderin. Really wanted Morphling. Looks like VTune will be playing mid lane as the Morphling, so not be... Oh, the Queen of Pain we already talked about being off lane this game for general. But Kunkka... Okay, now Kunkka's going. Are they? How are they doing this? Is he just blocking for him and then TPing for Flight of the Moon?
Pay attention now! The battle started! I feel better already.
你行，你行，你上，你上。
Okay.
毁天灭地，毁天灭地，nice！毁天灭地，nice！
Boxy and company, yeah. Undying is going to go to town with Decay. This is his use in the game is to decay people early and then get copied by Morphling later on for that value second tombstone.
Spare me the tears.
I mean, we didn't really talk about overall lineup, Cinder. Who do you actually... What side do you like this time around?
Can't deny.
Boxy is super dead. Oh! Another decay in 5 seconds. He is tangoing. I could have sworn V2 was going to be in range for that last right click, but it wasn't to be this time. But either way, he's going to chase him off. Not going to expend the other decay, so we'll go back to lane as V2 forcing Taiga out as well. There's 2 stacks of Shadow Poison right now. So that is a good start for this lane for Flight of Moon. Boxy again will continue to take decays. Has 1 mango on Always Wanna Fly. Lane is pushing. Yeah, I guess you could say that. He does have 12 decay stacks though, so probably tanked it up pretty. That will probably be our first blood bottom, but while we have time, let's talk about the mid matchup, which is Koikfa versus Iceberg, Mirana versus Kunkka. How do you like that hero versus hero matchup? top lane, by the way. They are getting very low. The courier's going to be safe thanks to the magic missile. Insania taking heavy damage. Fable not enough to actually get the kill on Insania. Mickey is forced to use a salve in the meantime. A very close double kill there. But Liquid gets out with the sliver of HP. Lights. Oh, bottom lane, always want to fly, getting a little bit low here. Disruption on to the Morphling, into the spear, into the trees. Oh!
You've just achieved
God, that
first
burst
blood.
damage. Soul
Thanks,
Catcher.
and have fun.
Not even needed, actually. Doesn't even have that leveled right now. He just blew up. Enough shadow poisons. Always want to fly. My goodness. Miscalculated that perhaps, or just wanted a free trip back to the fountain. To some cultures, death is free. Oh, Morphling jumps in to Boxy. He's going to get speared again into the trees. They continue the pressure though, but looks like Liquid is very happy with this exchange. But there's the Soul Rip, getting V-Tune back to a nice state. Not have waveform for another 3 seconds. Oh yeah.
I'm entitled to a rematch.
Twin in, all agi. Good to go. That cost him. Looking at the CS right now, Kunkka is leading the way, 35 and 4. Mirana not too far behind, so relatively even mid lane. Iceberg, of course, having the advantage of being able to X marks himself back into the fountain repeatedly, which I think he's done at least once, maybe twice.
Radiant's bottom tower's still there.
Arrow will take out the siege creep mid. We have another go on Morph, huh? Yeah, 4 stacks right now, so. A little bit. He's up to strength. Want to fly, just continuing the pressure though, trying to make as much space for the Morph right now. V-Tune sitting on 27 and 10 CS versus the...
Which one, Dire again?
The PL, which is 35 and 8. So obviously Liquid getting the better exchange in that, despite kind of being on the back end in that top lane for a bit. It's like, I don't know. Okay, Tombstone placed. Always Want to Fly with 3 stacks of Shadow Poison. Boxy taking heavy damage in turn, but it looks like Always Want to Fly knows that he will die one way or the other. Question is, will there be an actual trade? Taiga looks like he'll live. No waveform for another 5 seconds. So again, better exchange here for Team Liquid.
Perfect, of course.
I don't think he needs to. He's got Scream up in just a moment. Just needs some vision. And down he goes eventually. General, though, is leveling quite nicely. Like you said, level 6 already has that Sonic Wave. So out-leveling the carry on Liquid. A lot of that, of course, has to do with Aloha Dance not really being in range for some of these big waves. But looking at Iceberg, I mean, no big surprise here. Actually, is Treads normal? I thought he was Phase Boots is the normal.
Scanning.
His Phase Boots queued up, but went Treads.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating. Dire's structures are fortified. Regeneration. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Torrent does connect on Insania in the mid lane. It'll be X marks back. A couple more right clicks. And don't ever say that again. Sploosh? Seriously?
Dire is scared.
This is a PG stream, Cinderin, okay?
You get knocked.
You can say splash. Say it with me, splash. You're asking the wrong guy. I never played that game in my life. You're probably right, though. I mean, you're usually right in these scenarios, so just assume the best for yourself. But yeah, going back, I know. I actually still remember the first time you corrected me about something that I was horribly wrong on, and it was the spelling of breathe. For some reason, yeah. But it wasn't my fault because my teacher taught me that, Cinderin, okay? I vividly remember, unless it was a dream. Maybe life in general is a dream. Yes, that's what Americans love to do. Sue for literally no reason. General TPs to the bot lane does have Sonic Wave available, but reinforcements smoked for Liquid are here. Little do they know, Quap has actually backed off, surprisingly enough. Not sure what that's all about. We're going to see a disruption into the spear, onto the Morph. Tombstone is down. Morphling taking heavy, heavy damage. Looks like he might live 3 stacks of Shadow Poison right now. As Insania, looks like we're gonna have some TP support now from Iceberg himself. Koikva with plenty of leaps to get out to safety. General actually pumping his Sonic Wave, but not able to go through with it. We'll use it here. They'll find the Mirana first. Not able to kill anybody with that, but Iceberg, a nice cleave, taking out a second hero now. Finally, Boxy finds somebody with his rebuke, but it's a 3-for-1 triple kill for Iceberg. Really good rotation. General.
Dire's bottom tower. Don't look.
Yeah, General,
good.
not much mana.
Illusion.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He is splooshing all over the place. Cinderin, Iceberg, double bracer like we talked about. Very close to Sacred Relic, which of course means that he will be going for Rapier. Just kidding, it's Radiance. But
His middle tower is under attack.
very good against PL, and if he can get that really quick, snowball him, for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
X into Torrent. He does have 2 leaps available, so we'll be good to go. Has support from Boxy as well. But this is enough space for Iceberg to take out the tier 1 tower, so he'll be very happy with that. I want to talk a little bit about Mirana because, as you know, I haven't been casting as much lately. Bottom lane, though, General. 4 stacks of Shadow Poison. Is that enough? How much damage is that? No, he should be fine. 130 HP. This item build on Mirana, we talked about it, how these days we're seeing a lot of just rush of MKB, and it looks like exactly what Koikva is going for. What is the reasoning for that over like some of the old items we use?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Right.
Radiant's courier is dead.
top lane, by the way. Insania gets blown up, but it was a trade for a tier 1 bot. Nobody was there for Flythermoon to defend. We haven't really talked much about Mickey, right? PL. He is closing in on his defusal. So it's not like the worst time, but looking at Iceberg, he is very close to finishing Radiance now. Mid lane, we're going to see some TPs. X marks the spot. Boxy is going to take the brunt of this damage in the form of the Shark. Into the Torrent now. Not sure they can actually get the kill. Good cleave, but just gets speared across the map. Looks like that'll break things up.
Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top rubble.
No.
Definitely looking good right now. How important is it for them to start fighting once the Radiance is online? Or does that just accelerate your farm even more and you try to take more farm on that? I mean, you have the, like you talked about, the Necro 1 on General. So we'll be farming the jungle and pushing out. What's that? Well,
Then.
might get a courier if they want to show themselves. They do not.
你上，你上。
And they might not even get a kill if... Does have Ghost Scepter right now. He's going to run into Mars. The spear completely misses, though. Waveform has not expended his TP. Up arrow misses as well. He is completely surrounded, and that is a very ambitious TP. Will get canceled. V-Tune does have another waveform, though. This is going to take a while. 4 stacks of Shadow Poison and 1 last right click from Quick. So they do find it. It took forever. You know, obviously we can see everything. If he waveform TP'd, he's out of there, right? But he's not expecting that. X marks Shark, but Disruption does cancel it. Sania. Nicely played overall. There's the spear onto the Kunkka. Does have the Radiance online now, by the way. The Tombstone decimated in quick succession. Now Iceberg on the run has 5 stacks of Shadow Poison. Gonna get healed up. A huge cleave as Insania is gonna get turned around on. It's gonna be a trade. Venge for Undying. So not exactly what either team was looking for, but
Where's Dire's bottom tower?
at least no cores died. Is this a reference to me talking about that stupid... Okay, good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, I didn't even notice, so I guess we're both at fault. I mean, I stand by what I said, though. It's one of the few, maybe Terrorblade is another one, heroes where his ultimate just doesn't feel like an ultimate. More like Tombstone is. General... It's more situational than meta, though. Meta is like god tier. That is a normal ultimate, wouldn't you say? But of course... Well, Cinderin, let's be real. Terrorblade, it used to be his ultimate. It's actually flip-flopped, I believe, 4 times literally in the past 15 years. I am... well, it was before Dota 2. That's true. But I promise you it changed like 3 or 4 times.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
Yeah. No, of course. Sunder used to be Life Leech as well. It used to be completely different. Yeah, that was great. It was like a little Pugna leech while you run away. Oh, perfect timing for... They know we're talking about old concepts here, so this is a perfect pause. Thank you, whoever paused. I need to look this up now. You know, chair definitely did not exist before that. At least it wasn't patented, right? That's for sure. It's all about the patents. That's how Apple survives every day, Cinder, is taking other people's ideas, patenting them. No. All right, let's do some item updates while we wait. VTune, as we know, is going for the E-Blade. Still a decent a ways away, about... it's only 1100 actually, for that Eagle song to finish that bad boy up. Do you think that's the item timing that they're waiting for, or is it, I guess, the combination of that and Iceberg's BKB? Probably the next big power spikes?
Three, two, one, let's go! Dire's courier has been killed!
Mickey right now, he does have the hood, I believe. Actually, the courier was killed with the hood on it, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. I'll have to wait on that. Basically, I'm assuming that's just because of the shotgun morph, not wanting to be just blown up in every single scenario. But by the time these items come online from Flight of Moon, Portspo will have that MKB as bottom lane. Always want to fly. He'll find his way to mid.
Killing spree.
Ooh, wow. Well, Undying does have a large model. Does that count for anything?
你行，你上，你上。
It's a big kill. It's true. He needs to ulti to have a big one.
Radiant's top tower ain't looking
actually
too
salving.
steady. Radiant fortified construction.
We'll go down
Pretty good
eventually.
move,
Oh,
if you ask me.
wasting as much time as possible. He's doing a wonderful job at that.
Radiant's top tower's above
V2
the
will
top.
claim it for him.
Radiant's top tower has
But all in
fallen.
this while, Cinder and tier 1 top.
Radiant's
Yeah, and a
courier has
courier.
been killed.
Ooh, whose courier was that?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Could be Mars ult on top of Kunkka right now. Arrow's going to completely whip. Actually, that was stolen from Aloha Dance. Looks like the Mars ult was used to very little avail as he's going to now be turned around, and that's going to be an easy one for Flight of Moon. By the way, that courier that was killed was V-Tunes, but he did not buy the Eagle song with it, so has to go purchase that manually. Does have enough to do that now. Moonlight Shadow, they see him. Arrow misses again, but yeah, he's done.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Worthy tribute.
I mean, Arrow is, even though he hasn't hit these, it's a really good pickup, especially with the Aether Lens. Telekinesis into Arrow every single time if you want. Range is not, even with Aether Lens. Disruption in the mid lane. Aloha Dance looks like he's going to say goodbye to his Arrow. Oh, the swap onto Iceberg. He's going to use his boat immediately. That means he's virtually unkillable, at least for this duration. Find the Undying again on the backside. Very sloppy play from Flight of Moon. Iceberg stunned up next to the tier 1 tower. Is going to get initiated on by Mickey with that diffusal blade, and they will melt through him and will likely get this tier 1 tower as well. So just death after death, one by one from Flight of Moon.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, that's the thing. He's had money for it for like 2 minutes now.
Dire are scanning, trying to find those sneaky bums.
Oh, top lane, the blink out from Boxy. My goodness. If only Undying came with a stun, he could do something about this, but he will decay and run away in shame, knowing that he picked Undying. Five-man smoke as well. Okay, very close to finishing the Manta style. It's gonna be a Moonlight Shadow now. They want a bigger kill than this Undying, but they'll find him, and they'll have to be happy with that.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
I mean, we talked about the item timing. So the E-Blade obviously online. Kunkka just got his BKB, so that should be the going point here. Yes, Greaves are finished, although General is not really close to this smoke gank. He ends up in range. It's like telekinesis. Oh, nice disruption. Always want to fly. He's gonna pop his ult. Do you notice it? No, because E-Blade does enough damage, Cinderin. Morphling is too good. They're gonna continue on. Always want to fly because he gets stunned up. Mickey. Doppelgang's up. Diffusing all that mana. Has his Manta style now online. X marks the spot into the boat. Doppelganger in just a moment. He's gonna get stunned up. Takes very little damage. Doppelgang's out. Looks like the Mars ult is gonna be used to very little effect here. It's Iceberg BKB showing that off for the first time. Mirana's the only death in this fight thus far. But very little mana on the side of Fly to Moon. Iceberg is basically it. Always want to fly. Looks like he's going to sacrifice his body for the betterment of society. And it looks like Iceberg is next on the list. So Liquid coming out on top, a 2-for-1 as they will continue to chase. Looks like V-Tune will probably get out as the Blink already expand. Oh!
Tower's under attack.
That tickled me. on Boxy? They're gonna get a Roche. I think they're pretty happy with that exchange. Aegis is likely on Yeah, that should be a nice juicy pickup for him. It's that regen, negative regen, Cinder against Undying. Oh my god, that's so good. That too. I should have said that first. Oh, Mirana bottom lane. All right. That was way too easy. I mean, he doesn't have BKB yet, of course. So is susceptible. I'm not sure if that would have mattered in that case, though. The initiation from Aloha Dance. Very nice. I mean, right now, Mirana is not feeling like your second carry, as it were, right? As you typically would see. It's basically PL is monstrous, and then there's everybody else in the team kind of there. But I think the downfall of Flight of Moon so far, of course, it's not out of reach yet since they are still technically winning on net worth perspective, but they gave up those 3 kills one by one, which turned into a tier 1 tower, and then the next big fight after that was the Roshan fight. So kind of a big turnaround. Oh, they're gonna find him. And the Mars ult used to take out Undying, so that's 2 supports easily cleaned up. DL is now on a kick streak. Tell by the very glowy figure.
Follow me!
Undying just found his item, Cinder, and Craggy Coat. It's what he's always wanted in life. Armor.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
He found it in the jungle. Well, somebody found it in the jungle. I don't know what they're doing with it yet. Maybe it's not. Maybe he doesn't even want it. Oh, it's on. Yeah, okay. Getting blown up, but looks like Shadow Demon's going to save him for now. Sonic Wave into 3 heroes as the Mars ult commences. Morphling getting very low. This will be a huge kill, and it starts off with just that trade that Liquid was wanting, as the Tombstone will be taken out very quickly, so it's a 2-for-1. Undying Morph for Revenge. They'll take that any day of the week.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No Aether Lens for Shadow Demon. Does have the cast range talent, but it's only 75, so... Of course, once he gets this Blink Dagger, which will be very shortly, he'll be able to make moves like that much easier.
Radiant's middle tower.
Titan Sliver now. Picked up Flight of Moon. That's a really good Morphling item. Holy crap. The X onto Boxy, but there's a disruption again. These disruptions have been on point for Taiga. He's going to get swapped by Insania. They're going to try to turn this around onto the Queen of Pain, who's pinned into the arena, into the arrow. No chance to do anything. Always want to fly, always want to die, more likely to 2-for-0. This is just snowballing out of control for Liquid, Cinderin.
Yep. It's a great position on the map for them to play with their Aegis advantage as well. Getting up here as Radiant in general is very difficult. But when you're also fighting into Aegis, when the enemy team is like, oh no, they're going to lose a low dance as well. They're just hemorrhaging kills.
The 1-by-1 save your friend syndrome. Sounds like the Aegis has been taken back from Roche, but it matters not. Another support kill and another tower more than likely.
It kind of feels like Flight of Moon just lost focus a little bit at one point. It's almost like it happened right after the pause, basically. We had this short pause for like 30 seconds, and then since then it's been going a bit downhill. I'm not going to blame the pause, though. That's not the point.
I think they were listening to the stream on delay, of course, and they were just so shocked during the pause about our revelations about Terrorblade and his history in Dota. I mean, he used to be the brother of Anti-Mage. That's no longer as well. That's another thing we could have brought up. And it just completely changed their mindset, Cinder, and it blew their mind.
The prize is mine.
Now
So, because he is not the brother anymore, we needed the new female Anti-Mage disciple, so that
That's right.
Anti-Mage has somebody for his narrative. So that's good.
I wonder if part of that lore would be Terrorblade's sister. That would be actually a great nod to Dota 1. It's always one of Fly's going to die again. Tombstone taken out very quickly.
She was an agent all along. Terror was like, go get trained by AM.
I wish I knew
like
more
it.
about lore.
That's some medieval times espionage.
right, tell me. I understand that Nether Shawl is really... okay, I guess I understand. I mean, 25% magic resist is huge, 8% spell damage is great, and the minus armor makes literally no difference on a hero like Morphling.
Radiant's bottom tower needs
I guess
a
in any
hand.
other game, Titan Sliver would be the choice in that case, right? It's on Kunkka right now, but that... I feel like percentage-based items, percentage-based anything on
Radiant's bottom
Morphling.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
God
bottom
tier.
tower must
Yeah,
be dizzy.
I don't know if the Shawl is better than Paladin Sword at this point, to be honest. Like, what's the
Take
big
Paladin
magic
Sword
burst you're
over
scared of?
Sliver?
No, over the Shawl, because they have a Paladin Sword too, right? He's gonna take Quickening. No, wait, it's going to somebody else. Sliver
play
on
musical
Kunkka
chairs,
versus
now they're
Morph,
playing
it's very good
musical
on
items.
both. I get what you mean, because when Morph has a lot of agility, obviously the base damage increase is insane from the Sliver, but maybe the status resistance here, the expectation is that Kunkka will be taking more stuns, and Morph will be playing around them a bit better because of mobility. With his BKB now finished, could be a chance here, but it's definitely looking very grim. Liquid in firm control of the game, with or without Aegis. PL now has Scotty, who needs to get through 3,000 HP, and they have a Diddle dance again.
Dominating, I
He's
guess.
literally surrounded.
Yeah.
Jesus. Disruption plus PL on the other side, you have no escape.
Radiant's middle
It doesn't
tower
have
is
a
under
force or anything like that, just has the blink dagger, so ultra aggressive in terms of item boost.
Radiant's middle tower
As a
has
tier
fallen.
2 tower for Liquid, as here we go again. Alright, let's do some more Dota 2 trivia. If you're listening, Fly the Moon, maybe you can reverse your fortune by hearing some amazing Dota 1 mechanics that have changed. Let's see if I can think of one. Hold on. I'm just looking at the heroes in the game, how they changed since Dota 1. We already talked about Undying to Death. Morphling's not interesting. He was basically the same. He was similar from original Dota 2 content.
In Dota 1, Kunkka could only Tidebringer enemy creeps. In Dota 2, at one point he could Tidebringer denies, and then he couldn't anymore. Or was that the whole time? How long was it? Was it he couldn't, then he could, then he couldn't? Or was it he could the whole time until he couldn't?
There's too many options, Cinderin. I don't
Could you
even understand
deny
your
with
question.
Tidebringer all the Dota 2 history until it got removed?
I remember Dota 1 for sure. You could do that. Dota 2...
So there's a difference
I
then.
feel like, yeah, beginning in Dota 2, you could do that as well. I guess that's probably fair.
Yeah.
What did PL's skill used to be before Doppelganger? Was it like just his ult and juxtapose were
He had
separated into multiple skills?
He had the old was it his second spell? Wasn't that one called Juxtapose, where he just became invisible and spawned one illusion?
Oh yeah, that was so bad. I hated
Is that what it was called? Was that called
No.
Juxtapose?
逆行逆行
No, it wasn't.
No, I don't even think it was called Doppelganger.
Was it called?
Maybe it was.
No,
Was
nah, I don't remember. It's had different iterations actually. I think there's even been another iteration.
But he didn't have Phantom Rush. That was a passive as well. I think. Some sort of passive.
Yeah, he had something else than Phantom Rush as well. Man, that hero has actually been changed quite a lot.
I don't even remember.
But
Shockingly.
in Dota 1, Mars was one of the trees in the forest, and now he's a hero.
What? He was one of the trees in the forest. Like in the top left?
No, yeah, he was just one of the trees. There was a tree on the map called Mars, if you moused over it.
Are you trolling me?
No.
You're trolling me. That doesn't even make any sense.
To be a change in the game, right? Or I can't just, I'm not going to be talking about a change
Alright, how
and say,
about- okay,
in Dota
well,
1 it wasn't there and now it is, you know, that's
Yeah,
not a
Mars
change.
was not a hero in Dota 1. I don't know if you guys know this. That is trivia number 2 today. So you can use that on your friends. Alright, what else we got? There's got to be some interesting ones. Venge, I feel like very little... Here's a great trivia. Talents were not a thing in Dota 1. I don't know if you guys know this.
Including on Venge.
Relatively... Yes, Venge did not have talents either, in addition to no talents being in...
Vengeance aura used to only be damage. Now it's primary attribute and attack range.
that's very recent, though.
Venge used to not spawn an illusion when she died.
These are actually way worse than
Nether Swap used to have one charge.
Venge used to be fun to play. How about stuff like that?
Oh, that could
PL
be said
has
about a
always
lot of
been-
heroes this patch.
PL has always been an absolute piece of garbage to play against. That has never changed. which is unfortunate because the concept is cool. All right, here's some trivia. Shadow Demon, when first introduced in Dota 1, was a mid hero. Played mid competitively. What do you remember about him?
Shadow Demon mid?
Yeah.
What do I remember about him? He had the same spells, pretty much.
Why was he mid? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
God, so you're supposed to be the analyst. All right, I'll play the analyst role. He was mid because people were really, really bad back then, and they didn't know
Wow, that's
what
great
should be
analysis. I should have definitely.
That's why Lion was mid, Lich was mid, Shadow Demon mid. Guys, just think about how god-awful that was to play against.
Suns fan, we're being corrected by chat. They obviously have delay. The PL second spell is called Double Walk.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, good call, guys. That is true.
I totally forgot that because, like everybody else except 5 people, I hated the hero, so I didn't really play it.
Did you guys know that Shadow Walk was on several heroes, and it was also called Shadow Walk on every hero? Gondar,
Scanning for enemies.
Clinks, and I think one more, probably. Taiga is gonna find a
Probably
disruption
not.
here into the era, but no, B2 pops the BKB. That is I believe, 10 seconds, indeed.
I think it's...
You know, that's down.
I think it's impossible. This is one of those mechanics, right, where if you get disrupted and there's an arrow on top of you, you can still BKB if you mash it. I think you get it off every time, even if the arrow is perfect. So V2 getting out there because of that. But yeah, they forced the BKB, which is obviously great. 10-seconder, like you said, and Roche is up. So maybe this prompts Liquid to, if not go for Roche, then start playing in the area with a smoke and look for a kill. Insania already has it ready. He's pushing out mid. By the way, has a lot of net worth for a 5. We haven't really talked about that this game, but he has Helm of the Dominator and Vlad's for his team, 2 insane auras, and a Wolf Creep. So he's a huge boon for his squad. Even if he dies, he does so much.
We have a smoke here from Fly to Moon. General is somewhat baiting, but it looks like nothing will come of that initially. Basher now online for McKay. So he, well, I say online, it's on his courier, so it's being delivered right now. But he is looking virtually unkillable. Once this Abyssal comes up, which I assume that's what he will upgrade next.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Abyssal, AC on the Mars. So Liquid have so many auras, right? Wolf aura, Vlad's aura.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
The Dom.
Oh, we're gonna have the Mars.
Oh, they got the opening on
It's gonna be their opening kill potentially hit. Doesn't even have Radiance on right now. It's still disabled from that gank attempt. Iceberg getting extremely low. Might get out swapped back into death, but nope. Soul Rip will keep him healthy for now, but finally goes down. That is a huge kill to start this fight. Looks like E-Blade was not enough to get an actual kill. Double kill for Koikfa as we have another pause. So back to trivia we go. Did you guys know in Dota 1 that Roshan had the Aegis, of course, but you could also buy the No, wait, he dropped cheese.
He didn't have Aegis.
He dropped cheese, right?
He didn't drop cheese either.
Oh, he didn't drop
Cheese
anything?
didn't exist. There was a version where you could buy Aegis, and it came with 3 charges, and it gave armor and magic resist, and it was undroppable. So when it ran out of charges, you just had a dead inventory slot with armor and magic resist.
Wait,
and then if you bought a second one, huh?
What did Roshan
He didn't drop anything. He gave 800 gold per player in the killing team. He was worth 4k gold, but he was really strong.
I don't
But yeah, Aegis got introduced later, and then the bounty, I think, of Roche was... I think in the same patch, Roche's bounty was reduced to... I want to say 200 per player, but it might still have been a bit more, and then cheese came later. That's how I remember it, at least. But
all right, another trivia. In Heroes of Newerth, Cinderin. Never mind. That's we're going to be unpausing here. Always want to fly. Looks like he's probably going to go down here.
Yep.
So it's a 3-for-1, and all Liquid lost was a Vengeful Spirit. Koikfa with that double damage, so Roche will likely fall now next.
I think I can finish your thing from before about... You called it Shadow Walk, right? It was called Windwalk in Dota 1, but Bounty Hunter had it. What was the other one you said?
Clinks.
Clinks had it. Shadow Blade. Called Lothars, but I think the ability was called Windwalk.
Lothars. Okay.
And I think the Brewmaster ulti Storm Panda also had Windwalk. So it was four things called Windwalk in the game.
That's right. I don't know why I said Shadow Walk. You're right. It was Windwalk. I mean, that was from Warcraft 3, though. I believe whoever the Juggernaut character was, original Warcraft 3 hero, that had Windwalk, I believe.
Yeah, true. Oh, that's not a good TP. He has to cancel that one on Rubik. Oh boy.
And now
to walk all the way from top. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, that will cost them at the very least a tower, although I don't know if his presence would have made a difference. And it's going to be a free Rax, essentially.
Yeah, they're going to keep going. They have Aegis cheese, all their auras. Quite even backpacking the cheese instead of an empty bottle. That's a manly play. It's a hardcore play.
Yeah. In Dota 1, there didn't used to be bottle until much later in the game. Very good trivia during the game. You guys like during game trivia? It's always one to find you pick the brunt of the damage from Mickey. Still has the Aegis intact, and there's the Basher going to town on him. Does get slowed enough for him to back off, but of course this is a second Rax at the end of the day. Aegis still.
Oh, nice spear.
Nice spear into the tree. They're going to go onto this Morphle. It's going to be close before this boat comes in. It does connect at the last second, but he is finally taken out. Does have buyback if he wants to use it. Aegis has been expended. A trade Liquid will take. No doubt about it. That is a second Rax, and GG is called for game 1 of this best of 3 between Liquid and Afflight.
And now we have to see going into game 2 how Flight Immune adjusts, right? I like talking about this when there's a team that's lossless in a tournament. Like, you won 2 series against good teams, you 2-0'd them both. Now you lost. How do you adapt? Like, is it because you got figured out? Did you have a bad game? Was your strategy still fine? Because Flight Immune were doing very well in this game for big portions, especially the early mid part. And then they kind of just lost their way in the game a little bit, got killed off a couple of times, dove the mid tower, and lost their whole lead. What do they do in game 2? Do they make big draft adjustments? Do they pick kind of the same and just feel like, okay guys, we dropped the ball here, it's fine, reset for next game? Because, you know, Team Liquid, very experienced team. You gotta stay on it.